Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of News You Can Use. This is the last show of the year, and I am so excited. For the first time, I am going to shine the spotlight on a radio station where I've had the opportunity to work in past years, and this past year of 2024, I had the opportunity to come back and do some programming at WURD. We are shining the spotlight on the history of WURD today, and we will do that with our general manager, Ashanti Martin. I want you to stay along for the ride. We'll be back in just a moment. Be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much happy to meet you.
Wow.
Good to see you.
It is good to see you,
but you didn't say that. You said
you can
use
rebooted. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV. And the show begins. Again, this is the last show of the season. Where does the time fly? Let me start by saying thank you to our executive producer, Tanya Ellis, for allowing me to come back again to LaSalle TV to do this program. It gives us an opportunity to shine the spotlight on some great things that are happening throughout the Delaware Valley and to shine the spotlight on great people. Today, we're shining the spotlight on WURD. And I'm so glad to have Ashanti Martin, our general manager, join us. Welcome.
Hi, Thera. Thank you so much.
It's good to have you here. So let's talk about WURD, because I like to believe everybody knows about WURD Radio. Everybody knows about WURD Radio, right? But there's still a few people who may have missed the boat. So we want them to know some of the history and the background on this radio station.
Well, thank you so much. And yes, a lot of people do know about WURD, but definitely not everybody. And we strive to get out there in the community every day and make sure that people know that we're here and that we're a resource for them. WURD Radio, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary last year in 2023. In 2003, the station was founded by Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. He was a successful entrepreneur, successful physician, as you can tell by the MD after his name, and a successful real estate investor. Those things all really dovetailed in his work as a physician. I'm sure you know well about Dr. Lomax's legacy and impact throughout Philadelphia. He started out in South Philly in Point Breeze with his first medical office, and then expanded to more than a dozen, I want to say about 18 medical offices throughout Philadelphia, very importantly serving predominantly Black communities in the city. So he was approached in the early 2000s by Cody Anderson, the late great radio legend from WDAS and WHAT, and Cody Anderson encouraged Dr. Lomax to purchase WURD, which had just become available for purchase. And one of the things that he told Dr. Lomax, who was a very generous person, and because he was generous, people would go to him and ask him for money, and he was a very giving person. But Cody Anderson said to him, you can't always give everyone money, but you can give everyone a voice. And so thus WURD Radio was born. And so we have been in the game for 20 years, which is nothing to sneeze at for an independent Black-owned radio station in 2024.
Progressive Black Talk Media. That's like the tagline for WURD, engraved in my brain. And I think that really paints the picture for what WURD stands for and what it's all about. It's a talk radio station. And my understanding is it's one of only 3 Black-owned talk radio stations left in the whole nation?
It is the only one in Pennsylvania. And it is one of only 4 in the country. It used to be 3, and recently it became 4, which is a great thing. But and the key word there is independently owned. There are some that are owned by larger media corporations, but there are only 4 that are independently owned. 2 of them are our sister stations. WVON in Chicago, which is run by Melody Span Cooper, and KBLA in Los Angeles, which is owned and run by Tavis Smiley.
Now, ever so often, WURD partners with these two sister stations, and you all do special programming. I know there's an event you all do every year for women business owners, and I just love the concept, and I like the idea of the partnerships and sort of standing on each other's shoulders.
Yeah, what you're talking about is Level Up, and we have done that for several years. I'm so excited about this one coming up. And yes, we do partner with WVON in Chicago, which is, as I mentioned, owned and operated by a woman, Melody Span Cooper, and recently celebrated their 60th anniversary. And we also partner with KJLH, which is a Black-owned station, I believe, owned by Stevie Wonder. And we partner with, which is run by Karen Slade. So, it's these three, and of course, cannot forget to mention WRD, which is owned and run by our president and CEO, Sarah Lomax. So you have these three women, leaders of critically important media outlets in the Black community getting together and running this contest in 3 different cities. So it's a tri-city contest, and it's a pitch competition and contest that provides Black women entrepreneurs with marketing, promotions, cash, and other resources to help fuel their business.
So that's coming around again in 2025.
Yeah,
It'll be back.
Early 2025.
Okay.
We initiate the contest in March in honor of Women's History Month. So it runs all March. We advertise the campaign, and we solicit applicants.
Okay.
And then we choose 5 finalists, and we have a pitch party either in late March or early April. It would usually be on air, but last year was the first time we held it in person, and it was so exciting. It was such a great experience for the audience to be there, and then engaging with these Black women business owners who have really great products. There was one who had zero gravity chair, right, for relaxation.
Wow. Okay.
There was another who was an electrician and did HVAC, which is not always right, exactly,
right.
and Black women to boot. There was a custard company, Papa's Custard, which won. So it really is a great thing that showcases the diversity of Black entrepreneurship.
Well, even before we get to that wonderful Level Up event, the month of December is knocking at our door. And so on December the 7th, we'll be up on the campus of the beautiful Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Saturday, December 7th, we're having our 8th annual Empowerment Experience. Empowerment Experience is an opportunity to celebrate the holidays by celebrating Ujamaa collective economics, to support, make sure that, we want to make it easy to support Black businesses, merchants, artisans, vendors, make it easy to buy Black during Christmas. So knowing that you can go to one place and interact with 20, 30, 40 vendors. You've been to these events and selling all types of really cool gifts and things that are useful, like goods and services as well. So we do have that holiday marketplace, and but it's also a live broadcast. So if you can't make it, you can listen on air, and we really we boost and uplift these Black businesses and Black merchants, and we talk about the importance of, economic empowerment.
It cracks me up sometimes, Ashanti. Some people who don't understand radio, they'll say, "Oh, can you get the radio station to come out?" And they just think we just show up, places. But the reality is there's a process to get the radio station to come out to different events. And we like to have sponsors to make those kinds of activities happen. And so that's just a sidebar note I want our viewing audience to remember as you think about having WURD come out to your stuff. Sassy Seniors, now I have not been to any of them since Tanya Pendleton started this round of Sassy Seniors. But I listen, and I get a kick out of listening, and it just sounds like everybody's having such a good time. And some of the listeners call the next day on my show and tell me about the good time they had. Yeah. So we've got a few more Sassy Seniors activities coming up where Tanya Pendleton will be out. It's on Tuesdays.
It's every Tuesday through December 10th.
That's what's up.
And on Wednesday, we are having one on November 26th at the West Philadelphia Senior Center. And I hope you can make it because, yes, I went last week to the Nicetown Court. We did a partnership with the Nicetown CDC.
I was listening.
Which was such a great partnership. And yes, we had so much fun. It was just a really supportive vibe. And that's the point, right? We're there to support our seniors, to make sure they have accurate information about open enrollment for Medicare. And that's why WURD exists, is to give accurate information and uplift people. So it was just so much fun. I'm so glad that came through the airwaves, and I hope that, you know, you can come to some...
we got to see what Tanya's doing. We got to see what Tanya's doing for sure. And so up and through December the 10th, we got to get ready to take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue talking with Ashanti Martin. She's the general manager at WURD Radio Station. That is one of only 4 Black talk radio stations in the nation, the only one in the state of Pennsylvania. And we're doing a lot of exciting and creative and different kinds of things and sharing information with our community. We'll do more of that when we come back.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
If you suspect Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, or harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop-off boxes. If there isn't one available, check the FDA's flush list. If your medicine isn't on the flush list, you can dispose of it in the trash. Get information to keep your family safe.
I've been driving a truck for 40 years now. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like the trucks can't stop quickly. It takes my 80,000-pound truck 200 yards to come to a complete stop. So I always do my best to give a lot of cushion. It helps when other drivers realize that and do the same. Please give trucks the space we need so we can all stay safe. It's our roads, it's our safety.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
We are back, and I tell you, when you're having a good time, the time flies. I've got my general manager here with me, Ashanti Martin, and so glad to have you from WURD Radio Station. Such a unique station that has a style all unto itself, and that's what I love about it. A lot of variety. Talk radio, but the host is such a different variety of hosts who are on the air that they bring something for everybody. So if you want to talk about sports, we got the sports expert. You want to talk politics, we got the city commissioner on Saturday mornings. If you want to talk about gospel music on Sunday mornings, listen to Kayla J. But Solomon Jones, Mondays through Fridays, 7 to 10 a.m., an amazing journalist in his own right and a broadcaster who's also morphed into a television personality too. So you've got quite a band of characters to bring forward and to put in front of a microphone.
Yes, I would say that they're characters. Each one of them, has their own big personality, and including you. Yes. Don't sell yourself short. Right. You start off the day, every single morning at 6 a.m. But yeah, you're right. You know, it's what we strive to do. I certainly strive to, you know, put forth the broadest diversity of the Black experience that we can. I think we can do better.
Where did you find Amadi?
And I think that, I didn't find Amadi. Amadi was here when I got here, thankfully, you know. I love Amadi. And Amadi is, you know, an example. Amadi Braxton, whose show is Solutions every Friday at 5 p.m. And she's just a real solid progressive activist who is unapologetically progressive in her stance. Very smart, very principled, you know, and just has a really, you know, is very, you know where she stands, but she's committed to factual information. So yeah,
Then
she's
the
terrific.
show, the environmental show with Pac. Well, when I first started watching her show, when I first moved back home to Philadelphia, I'm like, this young girl, she got it going on. And I don't want her to take offense to me calling her young girl, but I'm such an old lady. I'm just like a young girl to me. But she's very knowledgeable about the environment, passionate about the environment. And I think we all need to be passionate about the environment, because otherwise we're not going to have anything for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren after us.
Yeah, you know, and it was a conscious decision to bring her on as the host, because we know that younger people are more concerned about the environment, as they should be, because they're inheriting this environment. So she has done a really good job of being connected with grassroots activists in the environmental justice space, as well as national figures and people from other communities. So yeah, that's another good example of the diversity of content that we bring, EcoWord Magazine, every Friday at 10 a.m.
Now, WURD recently hosted an amazing event at the Philadelphia, where were we? We were at the Mann Music Center. I'm going to say we're at the zoo. We're at the Mann Music Center. And before going there, I'm trying to imagine, I'm like, okay, how are we doing this? How's this going to be? And when I got there, it was all these giant tents, and it's like different themes, and it was just so special. It was Founders Day celebrating Dr. Walter P. Lomax, and at that Founders Day, what'd you do? You unveiled a Black Doctors Directory. I think the first of its kind ever. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the first of its kind, but we know that it's a really critical resource. Yes, we launched it at Founders Day. This was a project that Sarah Lomax had wanted to do for quite some time. And, you know, we had the team in place to get it together. We have a very strong partnership with Penn Medicine, who it's presented in partnership with, as well as the consortium of DEI health educators. And they were a really crucial partner in putting together a database of Black doctors from all of the major medical systems in the region, Penn Medicine, Jefferson, Temple, Mainline, and others. And it is expanding. You know, we want to make sure that we are reaching, especially given that Dr. Lomax was really a neighborhood physician at heart. We want to make sure that we're reaching Black physicians in neighborhoods, not only in Philadelphia, but in the outer counties in New Jersey, in Delaware. You know, and just think about it, Thera. You know, it sounds simple, right? A Black Doctors Directory. But think about when you're looking for a doctor. And you're like, I really wish I could find a Black doctor to see me about this. And you have to search through, right? How do you find? So imagine going to a website and being able to access dozens of Black doctors. And we sort them by specialty, and it's really easy, it's user-friendly, so people can go to wordradio.com/Black Doctors, or you can go to phillyblackdoctors.com.
I love it. I love it. And she just gave out the golden website, WURDradio.com. So if you're one of those regular diehard WURD listeners and supporters and fans, and you want to get some WURD gear and all that kind of stuff, all you can do is go on the website. And we got a little shopping area. You can shop and shop till you drop. Get everything you want to get that has WURD on it. We want you to do that. And so then the Black Doctors directory is available. And we got jobs. We're committed to trying to help people find jobs. And what I like about the fact that we have a work website, an employment website, is some of these jobs out here nowadays, they're slick. And if you are not sophisticated at the job search or whatever, you may put out information that you shouldn't put out because somebody's trying to scam you and get your social security number, or just other gimmicks and things that are going on. We vet before we even announce on the radio or on the recorded line that there's certain jobs that are available, right?
Definitely. We look at the jobs that have come through at wordworks.com every week, because we push those jobs out in our newsletter and on air, as you noted. That's one of the benefits that companies get when they submit their jobs with us, is that those jobs get advertised in our newsletter and on air. Currently, I really do encourage people, especially local businesses who maybe don't have huge recruiting budgets, they can actually go to wordworks.com and go to the jobs tab and post jobs for free. So that's just a really great way to get the word out. And I know how hard it is to find good talent and to make sure that you're reaching people who you want to reach. So this is just one additional way.
Well, I am excited about what is to come in the new year for WURD. I know January, Dr. King's birthday, and usually every Dr. King's birthday, WURD is with Todd Bernstein over there at Girard College doing something. Do you know, are we planning that again? We're going to do that again this year, okay. Solomon Jones.
Yes. We, that is I believe, the largest day of service in the country.
Yes, that's what they say.
In honor of Dr. King, and takes place at Girard College the morning of Dr. King's Day of Observation, the national holiday.
Which is going to be interesting this year, right? Because it's the same day that Donald Trump will be inaugurated. Yeah.
So we'll go right from our, broadcast from Girard College, where we interview a lot of the people who are administering service projects, as well as elected officials and other public officials who come through. We'll do coverage of the inauguration, because that's an important event. And then usually we will have some evening program during Evening Words with James Peterson, where we will just have some special conversations that reflect on some of the principles of Dr. King's life.
Aside from the amazing local hosts that we have on WURD, we got some heavy hitters too. We got a Tavis Smiley, who's on the air at WURD. We've got Reverend Al Sharpton, who's on the air, and I love his show. He's 1 to 4 I should say the days, Mondays through Thursday.
Al Sharpton, Monday through Thursday.
Yes.
You got it.
And then we've got Roland. Is Roland Martin on the air right now? He's not on the air with us now, but I mean, Tavis Smiley and Reverend Al Sharpton, combined with a Solomon Jones and a Tanya Pendleton and a Dr. James Peterson, we got it going on. And so again, people need to know that we're not a little small fish. We're a big fish now across the nation. And then the beauty of the internet makes us worldwide. So it's not just a Philadelphia station if you really want to get technical about it. We're worldwide, because all people got to do is log on to the website. People call in from Germany and from all kinds of other parts of the country.
England. We get people reaching out to us from Iceland and Norway.
I love it. I love it.
And people all across the country. Yeah, you can. I mean, I always say to people, the best way, even when I'm in my car, the best way to listen to WURD Radio is through the app. So we have an app that streams high quality audio.
Yes.
And so, you know, you just plug in to your phone in the car.
It's there.
And then it's there. You don't have to worry about like the signal going out, or if you're, you know, out in the sort of the farther reaches of Delaware and Jersey, you can drive across the country. And as long as you're plugged into your WURD Radio app, you'll never lose the signal.
I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had the governor of the state of Pennsylvania on the air. Mayor Sherrell Parker is a regular guest on the morning show, Mondays through Fridays, Wake Up with WURD. We've had the president of the United States, several presidents now, if you want to go back in our history. So WURD has the ability to bring in the heavy hitters and the big time newsmakers and all of that. And so I think we've definitely carved a place for ourselves in the broadcast world, and it's exciting to see what's going to happen next. So in closing, what would you want people to remember about WURD?
I just want people to remember and know that, especially in this time of, you know, misinformation, disinformation, and just an overload of information and not being sure, you know, what to trust or what to believe, that people can listen to WURD and know that they're getting accurate information, that they're getting information that we believe is in the best interest of Black communities in Philadelphia and beyond. As you said, we're a national and international brand. So that's really what I would want people to know, is that we are a trusted, credible voice in this community.
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate you so much
Thera.
for joining
us. By
us.
the way, we are of no relation, at least
that we know
that
of.
we know of yet. So.
Yeah, but that's Ashanti Martin, General Manager at WURD. I want to thank you all again for being with us on this edition of our program, our last show for this season. God willing, we'll be back in January to do some more good programs with news you can use right here at LaSalle TV. I want everybody to have a safe and a positive holiday season. And whatever you do as you come into this new year, be ready to roll your sleeves up and help make a difference in our community, because together we can make Philadelphia the cleanest, greenest, safest city in America. Take care, everybody, and have a great holiday season. Bye-bye.